You have no friends, or you struggle to make the ones you do have last. There's a specific reason for it, and by the end of this video, you'll realize you've been doing it to yourself without ever knowing it. You've probably sat in a room full of people and felt completely invisible. Watched other people form friendships in minutes, laughing, exchanging numbers, making plans, while you stood there wondering what secret everyone else was born knowing. You've told yourself it's because you're awkward, too quiet, too much, not enough. You've replayed conversations at 2 a.m., picking apart every word, convinced you said the wrong thing again. And underneath all of it, there's a question you've never said out loud. What is actually wrong with me? Here's what most people never get told. You're not broken, and you're not simply different in some vague, feel-good way either. What's actually happening is more specific than that. Somewhere along the way, part of you learned to watch closely for anything that might hurt you, disappointment, rejection, being misunderstood, and it got very good at spotting the warning signs early. The problem with getting good at spotting danger is that you start spotting it everywhere, including in places it was never actually there. Once you see that pattern underneath everything, your entire social life starts to make sense in a completely different way. Let's go through them. Stick with me through all 6, because the last one isn't just another reason. It's the one that changes how you see everything before it. 1. You can't stand fake people. Think about the last time you forced a smile through a conversation, silently begging it to end. That reaction isn't rudeness. Psychologists who study rejection sensitivity have found that people who've been hurt or excluded before tend to scan social situations more closely for any sign of dishonesty or hidden judgment. Your brain isn't guessing. It's pattern matching against old data. That's why insincerity seems to jump out at you before it registers with anyone else in the room. But here's the part that rarely gets said. An instinct this sharp doesn't only catch liars. It also catches people who are just nervous or awkward or having an off day and reads them as fake too. The same instinct that protects you from dishonest people can quietly cost you honest ones who never got a fair second look. 2. You crave real connection, not small talk. Small talk isn't just boring to you, it's exhausting in a specific way, like your mind is idling in a language it doesn't speak. Psychologist Arthur Aaron's research on closeness found that mutual, escalating self-disclosure, sharing something real, and having someone share something real back, builds intimacy far faster than time spent together, doing nothing in particular. You already know this instinctively. The problem is that closeness isn't built in one conversation, it's built in layers, over time, with both people slowly risking a little more. If you're waiting for depth to show up immediately, you may be walking away from people in the exact stage where every friendship actually starts, the shallow, slightly awkward beginning, before either person has earned the right to go deeper. 3. You assume others won't understand you. This one runs quieter than the rest, and it usually goes back further than you'd expect. At some point, you were honest with someone and watched their face go blank. So your mind filed that away as proof, and now it keeps finding more proof everywhere, even when there isn't any. A friend takes a while to text back, and instead of registering it as nothing, you read it as confirmation. They don't really get you. They never did. Most people, meanwhile, are far too wrapped up in their own insecurities to be scrutinizing yours the way you assume they are. The real cost of this pattern is simple. You stop testing the belief, so it never gets the chance to be proven wrong. 4. You're independent, and that's a strength. From the outside, spending most of your time alone looks like loneliness. From the inside, it feels like relief. Somewhere along the way, you learned that needing people came with a risk, disappointment, being let down, being left. So a part of you quietly decided it was safer to rely on yourself. That decision kept you steady when connection wasn't reliable, but it comes with a cost that's easy to miss. The same instinct that stopped you from depending on people also dampens the smaller, everyday urge to reach out first, to text someone before they text you, to let someone in before they've earned it. Your independence is real, and it's also, sometimes, protecting you from people it didn't need to protect you from. 5. Social interactions drain you faster than others. Here's the part that confuses people the most, including you. You can have a completely normal, even pleasant conversation, and come out of it feeling like you ran a race. Elaine Aron's research on high sensitivity found that a meaningful portion of people process emotional and sensory information more deeply than average. So an ordinary conversation is quietly asking more of their nervous system than it asks of everyone else's. That part is real, and it's not weakness. But there's a twist most people miss. Because interactions cost more, you start avoiding them before they even happen, which means you get less practice handling that cost over time. The very sensitivity that makes connection expensive is also slowly making you more likely to opt out of the moments that would make it feel more manageable. 6. You have a rich inner world. Every reason we've walked through, the sharp instinct for honesty, the craving for depth, the guardedness, the independence, the exhaustion, isn't 6 separate quirks. It's one part of you showing up in 6 different situations, quietly choosing safety over exposure. That choice built you a rich inner world, almost as a side effect, because a mind that spends less time performing for others has more room to actually think, notice, and feel. But something built to keep you safe can't always tell the difference between real danger and someone who simply would have been safe too. That's the trade every one of these patterns is quietly making. So here's the truth underneath all 6 of these. You were never bad at making friends. You got very good at avoiding pain. So good that it started working on people who were never going to cause you any. You didn't lose friendships. You quietly declined them before they had the chance to prove you wrong. So what do you actually do with that? You don't have to turn any of this off. You just have to give it a little less say. The next time you catch yourself pulling back, pause for a second. Remember, your instincts are trying to predict the future using your past. Then ask yourself one simple question. Am I responding to this person or to someone they remind me of? That single question creates space between your past and your present. You don't need to become someone new. You just need to stop letting yesterday make today's decisions for you. You just need to let a few people get further than your instincts want them to. You were never hard to reach. You were just well guarded, and only you decide who gets past it. So tell me, which of these 6 is the one you needed to hear today? Drop the number in the comments. I read every single one, and if this one hits somewhere real, send it to the person who's been quietly trying to figure out the exact same thing. Subscribe for more videos on psychology, human behavior, and the hidden patterns behind the way we think and feel.